Level 100 is a custom-built garage in a gated estate, housing three pristine, unregistered supercars that don't officially exist anywhere on the global vehicle registry. You have a network of corrupt customs officials on three continents and a bank account that clears six figures a week. But Level 1 is a rusted socket wrench, a laptop with a cracked screen, and a broken suspension bracket on an imported chassis you can't afford to clear through customs. The problem with building a luxury vehicle empire from the shadows isn't getting the cars into the country. It's the math. Because every vehicle has a soul, a 17-digit code stamped into its steel chassis. And if you fake the soul, the math eventually hunts you down. Level 1. You're 21, working as an apprentice mechanic at an independent tuning shop. You're brilliant with engines. You can diagnose a faulty Mercedes air suspension system by sound alone, and you understand technical wiring diagrams better than the engineers who drew them. But passion pays minimum wage. You live in a cramped studio apartment, and your entire net worth fits inside a worn leather tool bag. A local dealer brings in a high-performance salvage car, a wrecked luxury sedan imported from Japan. The front end is completely smashed, but the rear chassis, the interior, and the electronic modules are flawless. The dealer tells you it's a write-off. The import taxes and repair costs outweigh the market value. He's going to scrap it. You look at the car. You don't see scrap metal. You see an opportunity. You buy the wreck from him for pennies using your entire savings. That night, you stay late in the shop. You jump online and find an identical model listed on an international auction site. Same year, same color, but located across the ocean, completely pristine, and sold as a parts-only vehicle due to minor paperwork issues. You buy it. You arrange for it to be shipped inside a shared ocean container, declared simply as used automotive spare parts. When the container arrives weeks later, you don't pay the massive luxury car import tax. You clear it as junk steel. In your dark garage, you perform the magic trick. You carefully cut the chassis structure containing the legal vehicle identification number, the VIN, from your smashed local wreck and seamlessly weld it into the flawless imported chassis. You color match the paint perfectly. To any policeman, bouncer, or registration clerk, the car matches the local logbook perfectly. You sell the cloned car for a massive profit. You just made more in 48 hours than an entire year at the tuning shop. The shop apron goes into the trash. Level 2. The single clone. You quickly realize that cutting and welding chassis steel is messy, dangerous, and takes too long. You need a cleaner system. You move out of the tuning shop and rent an anonymous industrial unit on the outskirts of town. You don't buy wrecks anymore. You buy data. You recruit a partner, a quiet clerk working inside the National Vehicle Registration Bureau. You pay him a flat fee of $1,000 per clean profile. He searches the national database for luxury SUVs and high-performance sports cars owned by wealthy individuals who live in quiet, remote suburbs, people who rarely drive their vehicles or keep them locked in secondary estates. He prints out their exact registration details, the VIN, the engine number, the exact factory color codes, and the owner's logbook data. Now, you have a ghost profile. You go back onto international car auction portals and purchase the exact matching vehicle models from overseas markets. When the pristine cars land at the port, you don't weld anything. You invest in a high-end laser etching machine and custom metal stamping dies. You grind down the imported vehicle's factory VIN plate and flawlessly etch the local, legally registered ghost VIN onto the chassis. You are now creating exact duplicates. Somewhere out there, a real businessman is driving a legally registered luxury vehicle, completely unaware that an identical twin with the exact same identity, license plate, and chassis code is being sold by you to a cash buyer 200 miles away. You charge $30,000 per vehicle. You hide the cash inside the hollowed-out spare tire compartments of the cars in your shop. Your business runs entirely on encrypted messaging apps. You tell your family you're running a high-end vehicle brokerage business. They see you driving a brand new sports car, and they believe you. Level 3. The Syndicate. You are no longer a mechanic. You are a logistics director. You control a network of 5 scouts across 3 different major cities. They use specialized digital scanners to capture the wireless key signals of high-end vehicles parked outside luxury hotels and country clubs. Within days, those exact cars are loaded into shipping containers, hidden behind layers of industrial machinery or declared as furniture, bound straight for your workshop. You've upgraded your tech. You buy a commercial-grade UV printer in specialized security paper stock. You stop cloning existing local cars. Instead, you forge entirely new, flawless historical registration documents from scratch. You create fake customs clearance receipts, fake tax compliance certificates, and backdated ownership titles. Your paperwork looks so authentic that even experienced bank loan officers don't hesitate to clear vehicle financing for your buyers. You are pushing 40 cars a month through your pipeline. Your revenue touches $250,000 every single week. You convert the cash into cryptocurrency using a network of local peer-to-peer traders who charge a 12% laundering fee. The money feels unlimited. You buy a massive house in a gated community with an underground 8-car garage. You pay for everything in crypto and cash. But when you scale an illegal operation, you multiply your variables. One of your scouts gets sloppy. He steals a high-end sports car belonging to a high-ranking government official. The car contains a secondary hidden satellite tracking system that doesn't rely on standard cellular signals. The signal pings an elite financial crimes unit. They don't raid the car immediately, they watch it move. They watch it get loaded onto a transport trailer. And they trace the trailer straight to the highway leading to your warehouse district. Level 4. The paper trail. A routine insurance inspection on a minor accident changes everything. A luxury SUV sold by you is brought into a certified dealership for a door panel replacement. The mechanic plugs the vehicle into the factory diagnostic computer. The computer reads the electronic control modules deep inside the engine bay. The internal digital serial number programmed into the transmission at the factory in Germany doesn't match the physical VIN stamped onto the chassis plate. The dealership flags it. The insurance company contacts a specialized forensic vehicle fraud investigator. He looks at the chassis stamp under an electron microscope. He sees the microscopic tool marks from your laser etching machine, a specific pattern left by a faulty calibration setting on your laser lens. Every single car you processed over the last 2 years contains that identical microscopic signature. The federal task force begins pulling vehicle registration files across the country. They find 84 luxury vehicles with the exact same laser etching signature. They track the digital IP addresses used to upload the forged customs documents to the registry portal. Every single upload traces back to a commercial VPN provider, but a single slip-up, a login from your home Wi-Fi network without the VPN active for less than 4 seconds, gives them your exact location. They raid your warehouse on a Tuesday afternoon. The laser etching machine is running. 3 imported SUVs are sitting on the hydraulic lifts. The shoeboxes of cash are gone, already converted to digital wallets, but the federal agents have your phone, your laptop, and your registration clerk partner, who breaks down and confesses within 30 minutes of his arrest. The charges are devastating: interstate transportation of stolen vehicles, smuggling, wire fraud, and identity theft. Because you scaled the network, the conspiracy charge carries a mandatory minimum sentence. The judge sentences you to 7.5 years in a maximum security federal facility. Everything you owned, the gated home, the custom garage, the sports cars, is seized under asset forfeiture laws and sold at a government auction. You spend your 20s inside a concrete cell, watching the years pass by in stages. Your mechanical skills, your deep understanding of automotive engineering, the very things that made you brilliant, are now just a memory recorded in a 12-page forensic report locked in a federal evidence file. When you get out, the world has moved on to electric, autonomous vehicles you no longer know how to fix. You get a job detailing cars at a local car wash for $15 an hour, wiping down the steering wheels of luxury sports cars you used to own in the shadows. That's the math. The math always takes back everything it gave you.